Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues, a very late match preview I'm doing tonight. It's currently about 1:30 in the morning. I normally do a match preview 2 days before a game, but today I've been quite busy and tomorrow I will be busy in the day and I just won't have time to do a match preview in time. So I thought I'd do one now while I've got home at this time and just do one for this weekend's game against Brentford. And yeah, just before we get into this, like, comment, subscribe. Again, massive thank you for everyone who comments on my videos, has their opinions. I love responding to them. I love debating with people, and yeah, en route to 800 subs, which I didn't think we'll ever reach, but we carry on. Yeah, a massive game. Oh, and also, if you've noticed, I'm looking into the camera because a few people have suggested it. And you know what? I'm not a snob. I'm not someone who doesn't listen to people's opinions and thoughts and advice. I will take it on board. It just feels a bit weird to me. I have staring into a camera, which I can't really see because it's a phone. Yeah, so Everton, I've got a massive game against Brentford away this Saturday after a very damaging defeat in terms of fans' confidence with this club and the team at this moment in time and the manager. You know, I didn't really discuss with in the last video about Dyche. He is at fault. He is at fault. Players still need to take responsibility on the ball. You know, in possession we was awful. Defending, yeah, fine, but you've got 11 men behind the ball. Shouldn't be that hard to defend. I shouldn't have to praise you that much to defend. But on the ball was horrendous, and that's down to players, but also down to Dyche. And, you know, if we played all right in that game and lost, which I wasn't expecting us to win, I would be confident, a bit more confident against Brentford. And listen, we could go there and just win. And it'd be just like, you wouldn't be against all the odds because Brentford are a very good team still without Ivan Toney. You know, they've proven in the past when he's been injured that they can cope without him. Whether they can cope for a long period of time, which they are at the moment, but in the next few months, you could say, before he returns in January. And I'm glad he's not playing in this game because we've always seemed to struggle against him, or he always seems to have a very big influence in the game, whether it's scoring or just a very good performance. And you know, having a player like him brings other players into the game, and he's just a threat in the box. You know, sometimes you've got to double mark him because he is a really good finisher. But they've got other good players like Wissa and Buemo, who is really, to me, has really shone in the past year or so. Like really coming to his own, really proving that he's. Because at first when I seen him and a few of these Brentford players, I thought, you know, it's kind of a new team in the league. They'll offer some surprises, and then maybe the next year or two, people will find them out, and players, they'll find them out, and they just seem to be thriving in the Premier League. And fair play to them. You know, I've got absolutely nothing against Brentford. It's just an absolute tough side to play against, which it's every side for Everton at the moment. You could be in any league, and we'll be struggling against you. But we've got a not bad record against Brentford in the league, especially last season. We drew 1-1 at their ground and then 1-0 at our ground in a very much needed win game, to be honest. Well, throughout the whole season, every game is a must win. But and yeah, this is going to offer no other than a hard test, and we've got to roll our sleeves up, and you know, and Sean Dyche as well. He's going to have to be, you know, he can't set up the way, and I won't expect him to, but can't set up the way he did against Arsenal. Sorry, my phone just went off there. Can't set up the same way as he did against Arsenal, which I'm not expecting because Arsenal are a very good team. I'm not saying Brentford aren't, but where, you know, they're flying, the title challengers. but we already discussed why I still felt the setup was wrong. But I think we're going to be a bit more positive, well, a lot more positive in this game, I'm hoping. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to change much. There could be an argument that he could take Beto and replace him for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Hopefully put Danjuma back on the left. Maybe he has to test him again. Danjuma left, McNeil right, and see if something happens. But I'm sorry, the other way round, and then potentially swap it to that to Danjuma on the left and then McNeil on the right, because and it's not like McNeil hasn't played it before. He did it under Dyson Burnley, but obviously McNeil, to me, maybe it might not be a risk of starting him. Maybe just keep dropping him into games and just upgrade his fitness, because he just really looked lost out there against Arsenal. I was so excited when he come back in the team, and then you wouldn't even know that he was playing against Arsenal. It was just someone who's just not match sharp, and to me still not match fit. I would like to see more from Onana in this game, running the midfield. I feel like potentially Decore will be just playing in behind. I'm going to say Dominic Calvert-Lewin's going to start. I just think with the height of Brentford's defence. But then again, Beto is quite tall himself. But I feel like I don't want to put, we've said this about Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We don't want to put too much pressure on him. And yeah, obviously there's injury record, but I don't want to do the same to Beto. I think, you've got to, it's not ideal to keep swapping and changing all the time, but I just think in the scenario we're in the situation at the moment we are in with these two players, I just think that wouldn't be the worst thing to see. I said I don't think we need to put too much pressure on any players right now. I don't want to hit the panic buttons already with this team, and I don't think we want to do that and put down the players at this moment of time. It's still early doors. Doesn't look great to start. I know. If you're going to take any positives, take the positives, and which I have, and just see where we can go from there. Players are coming back, get into fit. Yes, players can get injured in that meantime, but there's still a long way to go. But it is running a bit thin on ice with Dyche, I believe, but it's a bit difficult, the situation as well. There's a lot of people on social media saying that, listen, Dyche should go, bring Potter in, stuff like that. Well, one thing you got to think of is you're going to have to pay Dyche and his backroom staff to let them all go. So that's just not going to happen. And also the whole thing with the ownership at the moment, it's a very sticky situation. But I think we're just going to have to be patient, and he's going to make mistakes. The players are going to make mistakes. We're going to be emotionally, after games, like myself, reacting. But I believe something's going to come from this. But yeah, Brentford is a tough away game. Regardless, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose there, even if he was a team who was playing quite well in the league, because they're a match for anyone at home. And we've got a lot of good players who cause issues consistently. And like I said, the two main ones there, but even like Jensen as well. The centre backs, Ben Mee, corners, they're a threat. I've got a few other players I can't think of the top of my head who I consistently play decently well for their side, even if they lose or not. They're always well set up by Thomas Frank, and I said they're going to be a match for anyone, and they lost out. And they've been unlucky this season, I'll say, in some games, especially against Newcastle. Easily could have come away with a draw, but they didn't. And I always prefer playing teams who are winning. Just before games, I feel a bit more confident in that sense, because, the hunger to win even more when you've lost your previous game frightens me when it comes to Everton being that next team they're going to play. But we're gonna have to go out there, and I said I feel like we're gonna have to put this no fear kind of type of style of play. I think we need to be aggressive. We need to be at them. We just need to be on it from minute one. I don't want to be sitting back, this and that. Obviously, it depends on the situation. If you're 1-0 up, that's like 10 minutes to go, fine. Not ideal, rather us just be keeping playing the way we're playing, but things happen, tactics come into play. But I'd just like to see a bit more from every single player. Bit of composure would be an amazing sight to see. Someone composed on the ball. And we need to finish our chances. I know we didn't have many, that's really any at all against Arsenal, but I'd just like to see us finish our chances, be a bit more lethal in front of goal. But it's a tough one to call. It could be anything. Everton are the most unpredictable team you could ever support. Like, obviously in recent times it's been very predictable. We know what's going to happen, but I just feel like in this game it's very unpredictable. Like it's Brentford are very good at home, but then we could, you could easily go there and beat them 2-1, like out of nowhere, out of nothing. I'm going to be boring again and go for a safe bet. You know what? Fuck this. I've got to say 1-1. I have no idea why I've had the scoreline in my head. I didn't want to say it in video, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you and just be straight up. I've had 3-1 to Everton for the past few days, and I don't know why. I haven't got a clue. The first 10 minutes, you could clip this and go, yeah, that's going well, because it could be 2-0 down in them 10 minutes, in the first 10 minutes. But I just have a weird feeling, but it normally doesn't come true. But a win's got to come from somewhere. A good performance has got to come from somewhere with a win. And I believe we could turn up against Brentford. They're not impossible to beat. They could have an off day. I've seen Brentford have off days. And that's no disrespect to Brentford. They could easily smash us 4-0, 5-1. They've done it to teams like Manchester United and Liverpool. They're not afraid against anyone. But it's our job to nullify them, keep them quiet, and punish them. And I do feel Brentford will slip a bit this season just because of Tony. I think they'll do well for this little period right now, and then they'll slowly start to drop off, and then the desperation to get Tony back will be great for them. But then he could move on in January. You don't know. So I feel like we're going to win. I was saying draw before to be a bit safe. Ideally, I think it could, most likely it will be draw. Yeah, I'm not. This is not me saying Brentford can't win. I just can't see us losing again. Even though it wouldn't be a surprise if it happened. It's a strange feeling I've got right now for the game. But yeah, that's my prediction. Unbelievably, 3-1 to Everton. Don't ask me who's going to score. It could be fucking anyone at this point. It could be 3 own goals. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you. Well, you'll see me on the match reaction. Hopefully, for the first time this season, with a massive beaming smile. Hopefully, getting 3 points. And can start slightly looking forward to the next game instead of dreading it. But yeah, I'll see you all soon. I'll see you on Saturday or tomorrow, because this will be uploaded at like 2:30 in the morning on a Friday morning. So yeah, see you all tomorrow. And yeah.